Good morning to all. We are here in exercise 13.3 now. Two exercises already I have explained to you. So through this YouTube lecture you can go through all the 9 question solution of your exercise 13.3 and important from the examination point of view. In this exercise, in all questions you need to keep a check that one solid is converted into other. Please read the question carefully and you need to compare those two solids volume. So like your first question is, a metallic sphere of radius 4.2 cm is melted and recast into the shape of a cylinder of radius 6 cm. Means whatever is the volume of the sphere, that is the volume of the cylinder. So you need to equate those two volumes, and then as per the given information you substitute those values, and what you want to calculate you need to make that as the subject. As in first question, sphere is melted, so 4 by 3 pi r cube. Cylinder is formed, so pi r1 square h, because keep a watch, r and r1. r1 denotes the radius of cylinder and r denotes the radius of your sphere. So sphere is melted and cylinder is formed. You need to calculate the height of the cylinder, so make that as the subject. Substitute all this information, whatever is given to you. As I have done here, h I have made the subject, all the other things are shifted to here, and then I reduce the terms, whatever is possible to reduce. And ending zeros whenever you are getting in the denominator, it is always easy to count, and up to the second place of decimal, you can write the answer very accurately. So that comes here is equal to 2.74. And remember, small multiplications even you need to show in your rough margin to avoid any inconvenience in your score. Then you see the second question. Now in second question, 3 spheres are melted to form a new solid sphere. So it means the volume of first sphere, second sphere and third sphere is equal to volume of the new sphere. And you need to calculate the volume of radius of the new sphere so formed. So put this formula, 4 by 3 pi you take common, r1 cube plus r2 cube plus r3 cube. Here also it is 4 by 3 pi r cube, so 4 by 3 pi and 4 by 3 pi you can cancel at a time. Then the question becomes, put these values there, 6 cube 216, 8 cube 512, 10 cube 1000 and 1728 is equal to r cube. So when you have to calculate the cube, so taking cube root of both sides will take you radius is equal to third root of 1728, and that will give you is equal to 12 cm. So easy calculations, please be careful, and very simple calculations you will be finding here, but proceed in that way only as I am asking you one time calculation based. So I am writing the equation all the times, right in the first step, then substitution part, then calculation, and at once at last you can write your answer. Then your third question is, a 20 meter deep well with diameter 7 meter is dug. So, and the earth from digging is evenly spread out to form a platform of 22 meter by 14 meter. Find the height of the platform. So, very simple to understand. A well is dug and the earth taken out now is spread to form an embankment in the form of a cuboid. So that means the cylindrical shape is there when you are talking about the well. So volume of the earth taken out to dug this well is pi r square h, and that was spread in the embankment form of a cuboid. So volume of cuboid is what? Length into breadth into height. H denotes the height of the cylinder. So h1 I have written here denotes the height of the cuboid, which you need to calculate. Again I substituted all the values, pi, then radius of this well and height, that is the depth of the well, whatever is given to you. And then h1 you make the subject, shift all these to this side, do the calculation, you will find in somewhere the height of the embankment will come is equal to 2.5 meter. So that is all about your question number 3. Then question number 4 again, your same thing is done here, but now the earth dug out is spread all around the well here. So suppose this is the well you are digging somewhere. So deep it will go in the cylindrical form, and the earth taken out is spreaded somewhere around that only. So a ring is formed, you can see here. This is there. like this. So this embankment is formed around the well somewhere like this. So you need to find the height of the embankment, or you need to find the height of the embankment. So very clearly volume of the embankment is equal to volume of the well. You need to compare to again that is the area into height of the embankment, or well again is your pi r square h, that is cylindrical in shape. Area of this ring into height of this well will give you the volume of earth taken out, because ring shape is there at the top. When you are starting digging, it is coming something like this. The earth taken out is spread around the same, so this is going to form a ring shape. So now the earth is spread here. So means if I am calculating the area of this portion and into the height of the well, will give me the volume of this earth taken out. So that gives the area into height, because the volume is length into breadth into height. So area is this much and height is this much. So pi r square, that is the ring outer, means one is the inner circle, another is the outer circle. So pi capital R square minus pi small r square is the area of the ring. So if I take pi common, so it comes with 5.5 square minus 1.5 square and into height. So that is the volume of the earth taken out is equal to the volume of the well, whatever the earth you are digging from the well. That is given 1.5 into 1.5 into 14. Again, a plus b into a minus b, a square minus b square. You can use that. This will come 7, this will come 4 into h is equal to 1.5 into 1.5 into 14. And from here, okay, this is h, so this I will take h1. So h1 you can calculate from here, 1.5 into 1.5 into 14 upon 7 into 4, and somewhere you will be reaching at 1.125 meter up to the third place of decimal. So answer for this will be 1.125 meter. So that's all about your question number 4. Then there is a container shaped like a right circular cylinder having diameter 12 cm, height 15 cm, is full of ice cream. The ice cream is to be filled in 2 cones of height 12 cm and diameter 6 cm having a hemispherical shape on the top. Find the number of such cones which can be filled with the ice cream. So you know कि whenever we are talking about the number of things, already I have shared with you in the previous exercises as well as in the previous class also. So when you are talking about the number of things, please focus upon this. Number of cones here are required, bigger volume divided by the smaller. Now container is cylindrical, from where you are shifting the ice cream to the cone. These are ice cream cones, you can see, totally filled up, and top you remember when you are having those ice cream cones, so that is somewhere hemispherical. So equation is volume of the ice cream in the cone is equal to volume of the cone plus volume of the hemisphere. Number 1 is, because you need to find out the volume of ice cream in the cone, and volume of ice cream in the cylinder is, I am taking as V2, that is pi r square h. So here it is pi, that is cylinder 6 into 6 into 50, that is given to you, and here you write down the formula, volume of this part plus top hemispherical. So 1 by 3 pi r1 square h1 plus 2 by 3 pi r1 cube, as the diameter is same for this sphere as well as for this cone, so I have taken r1 for both. Then in that way you can take 1 by 3 pi r1 square common here, h1 plus 2r1 will left inside the bracket. Now you substitute the values nicely, and in terms of pi you can give it, because pi also will come in second volume, so directly one time calculation I can do there. So this comes 54 pi, and when you solve this for cylinder, it comes 40 pi, and then V2 bigger divided by the smaller, 540 pi divided by 54 pi will take you to the number of cones which can be filled from that container, comes is equal to 10. So that is the answer for your question number 5. Then question 6. Now in question 6 is, how many silver coins? Again the number of coins. So number of coins is volume, bigger volume, and divided by the volume of one cone. So how many silver cones? 1.75 centimeter in diameter and of thickness 2 millimeter. So if you keep putting the coins one upon another, you just will find it is cylindrical in shape. So otherwise also the coin, a round coin is always cylindrical in shape. So thickness is given, radius of the coin is given. So volume of the coin you can think in shape of what? Pi r square h1. And volume of the cuboid, because it is given that must be melted to form a cuboid, and now you need to convert it into a cuboidal shape. So volume of the cuboid divided by the volume of one coin will give you the number of coins. The volume of cuboid, you know, L into V into H. All that information is given. Substitute all these values and go for the calculations. Nicely you can see I have done here by L into V into H, then pi 22 upon 7, R square is 1.75 upon 2 into 1.7 upon 2, H1 is 0.2, and then ending zeros are shifted to the numerator. From here I have shifted to the denominator, so that end to end and in very easy way you can understand small terms are there. Exact number will be coming somewhere is equal to 400. So number of coin that will be equal to 400. So this is your question number 6 solution. A cylindrical bucket 32 centimeter high and with radius of base 18 centimeter is filled with sand. This bucket is emptied on the ground and a conical heap of sand is formed. If the height of the conical heap is 24 centimeter, find the radius and slant height of the heap. Now what happens here? Volume of the cylindrical, that when you have emptied, a conical heap is formed. So that means the volume of cylindrical bucket is equal to volume of the conical heap. And what you need to calculate is, you need to calculate the radius of the bucket. Find the radius and slant height of the heap. Radius and slant height of the heap. So here it is, radius is r1 square and heap is h1. So this is pi r square h is equal to 1 by 3 pi r1 square h1. Cylindrical volume is equal to conical heap's volume. Pi you can cancel. R1 square I have made the subject here by putting all these values here, and then it comes is equal to 36. So slant height you know, L is equal to r square plus h square under the root. So put these values there, and 36 square 1296, 32 square 1024. Add these 2316, get the prime factor of this, 12 into 12 into 30. So 12 is a perfect square, will come out into root 30. So slant height will be equal to 12 root 30. So that is the answer for your this question number 7. Then your question number 8 is, water in a canal 6 meter wide and 1.5 meter deep is flowing with a speed of 10 km per hour. How much area will it irrigate in 30 minutes if 8 centimeter of standing water is needed? If 8 centimeter of standing water is needed. So here the equation comes something like this. Volume of the water coming out of the canal in 30 minutes. You need to calculate, because area you have to calculate here. So that is equal to what? L into B into V into T. Velocity of the water and into time taken and the area. So here it is given 6 into 1.5. This is 10. It is given somewhere it is 10 km per hour. So that I mentioned here, and into 1000. Then A into 8 upon 100, because it is also mentioned in the question if 8 centimeter of standing water is needed. So area into height, that is the volume of water coming out of canal in 30 minutes. A into 8 upon 100. A into 8 upon 100, you understand? Area into height of the water, which is minimum requirement, is 8, and that is given in centimeters. So I have converted into meters because other dimensions are there in meters. So you shift this to this side by putting all these values here and calculate this. It comes 56.25 hectares, because it was coming here in meter square. So to convert the meter square into hectare, you can divide it by 10,000 and then you can write your answer. Comes is equal to 56.25 hectares. Please make a point here, A into 8 upon 100. Why? Because area into height is the volume, and that is equal to L into B into V into T as the water is flowing. So in canal you can see the length into breadth into height. The height again is velocity into time, that you can put there whatever is given to you, and then see that answer also comes. And then last question is, a farmer connects a pipe of internal diameter 20 cm from a canal into a cylindrical tank in a field which is 10 meter in diameter and 2 meter deep. If water flows through the pipe at the rate of 3 km per hour, in how much time will the tank filled? Again, how much time either will be there in minutes or in hours, means number of minutes or number of hours I need to calculate. So again, somewhere number of things when I am talking about, so I have to talk about the bigger volume divided by the smaller volume. So bigger is the volume of the tank, smaller is the volume of water coming out of the pipe per hour. So tank is also cylindrical and pipe is also cylindrical. So for tank the dimensions are 5, velocity 3 km per hour, that you can convert 3000 meter per hour, and height is 2 meter. For pipe it is height is 3000 meter, that is the speed of the water, because length of the water flowing is equal to the speed. So that is the height of the water will be counted. And the radius is 10 centimeter, that comes 0.1 V1 upon V2. Now this information easily you can substitute here to do the calculation, and that is coming in hours, because I have taken in hours only. So that will come in hours, and you check, it comes 5 upon 3 hours. So if you want to convert it into minutes, 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So 5 upon 3 into 60, that comes is equal to 100 minutes. So that's all about your this exercise, and that ends your syllabus of surface area and volume, as the last exercise is deleted, which is related to your first term. So please go through the solution of all these 9 on Tuesday's class. If anything difficult you are finding, you let me know. I will share in live class with you. Otherwise we will proceed with the next topic, that is statistics. Thank you and have a nice time.